Alright, so it's the end of the month, and with that, we have another set of dev comments to go over, this time for the month of May. In this dev comments, as you can see here, there's changes to character equipment sets, changes to epic raid result screen, and also more. And the more does include the new quest that we are getting in less than a month's time, giving us a tad bit more information on the rewards and also the startup screen. And I've already read through the dev comments. It's not as crazy as last month was, which announced like a new guild quest feature, more accessories, and more information about the quests. Like, we already have a lot of stuff announced coming into the game over the next couple of so months, so this one is quite tame in comparison. But either way, there's still a lot of exciting stuff to go over, so let's quickly run through this month's dev comments. So first up, they say, as always, thank you for playing Bleach Brave Souls. We hope you enjoyed the Burn the Witch collaboration celebration, which was held in May, which of course saw the release of Burn the Witch characters dressed in Japanese outfits with parasols, as well as the Burn the Witch Extraordinary Day event, which of course was the point event. As we have announced in-game, the 75 million download celebration starts today. By logging into the game, you get a free battle-ready 6-star summon ticket, and reaching 75 million downloads worldwide has made it possible thanks to us, the players, and the Brave Soul dev team would like to thank us for helping us reach the milestone. So that's just the introduction. Then they go on to say what this month's dev comments will bring. So first up, we have changes to character equipment sets. We are currently considering adding a new feature in several game modes which allow players to easily create, save, and load character link and accessory sets. This feature will overall reduce the time it takes to manually set a character's equipment for each individual game modes. The feature would be added to the following set of content: epic raids, co-op, Senkamon, solo, and also the augment screen. So personally, I kind of like this. We have a feature like this already in Arena, for example, but having this with basically every individual mode is going to be really good in my opinion. It's not something you really think about, but this would definitely be nice just to overall make it so you can quickly switch characters, have a build already set up, because of course when it comes to building characters in this game, especially for those that already have like dedicated sets for characters and equipment, you're only really using like a certain set of accessories, a certain set of links. Best example I can give is actually in Senkamon. Now I know Senkamon Quest does have the clearance history, but as someone that has been going back to some of the older towers and trying to speedrun them, constantly changing the character, constantly changing the build stays the same every single time, but I'm still being forced to, put the same exact accessories on, the same exact equipment every time I change the character. So this would have definitely been nice a few months ago when I was speedrunning Senkamon, because at that point I could have a dedicated build for mine characters, heart, speed, technique, and power. Then all I got to do at that point is change the character, and boom, I already have like a build set for the character, right? So this is definitely nice. I do appreciate stuff like this. Nothing super crazy, but it definitely will be appreciated once it does come into the game, and personally I would definitely be making use of that. Number 2 though, changes to the epic raid result screen. We are currently planning on adjusting the result screen so that players can skip the obtain items animation when clearing an epic raid after using 5x soul tickets. Not really sure why this is a thing. I mean, I guess it's cool, and we do be farming epic raid quite a lot, so I guess this is going to just overall speed up the time in between each individual quest. Personally for me, I didn't notice the epic raid result screen being that long. Maybe it is. Maybe now that they pointed it out, I'm going to notice that it is longer than usual. But yeah, overall, just a small little quality life update. When farming epic raids, eventually, the animations are going to be shortened. You can skip it, so you can quickly get in and out, and potentially, of course, start up a next run. Number 3, and this one's also kind of interesting, regarding character buffs. We are currently planning on making adjustments so that during a quest, the time remaining on a character's buff is paused when they are no longer the active character. So essentially, the best way to describe this, as we can see here, Shinji has a boost SA2. There we go. We're going to buff our entire team, and for 20 seconds, everyone's going to have a 43% attack, focus, and defense increase. However, as you can see here, we're not currently using characters like Isani and Kaname, but the time is also ticking down for them. So with this new change is that the second I switch to a character, then the 20-second countdown is going to start on this particular character. As you can see here, we already had Kaname out for less than 10 seconds, and the buff is now already gone. And I guess it's kind of nice, maybe for speedrunning content in single player more specifically, because then you can bring like a team booster to buff your character's stats, and one room you can use the Isane, get the 20-second for that, and then next room I could quickly switch to someone like Kaname, and boom, the buff is still active. Overall, I'm getting more value in a way out of a character that can buff with the SA2. Now, while we're at it, Caleb, it would be nice if characters' strong attacks can also go down while they're not the active character, because that would be really cool in my opinion. Then it would overall, again, encourage more speedrunning, and more so switching the characters using different strong attacks in a particular quest. Not sure that's ever going to happen, but this buff change is going to be nice. And personally, I'm assuming it's more so being added because we, of course, have the new quest coming out literally next month. What we know in the new quest is that you are going to be bringing teams of 3, and depending on the room that you're in, you're forced to use a different character. So essentially, a team buffer in that particular mode is going to be really good there, because everyone in that particular team then is going to take advantage of that 20-second buff. So that's why I feel like they are doing it now, mainly for the new quest to make these boost characters a bit more valuable, I guess. Last up though, regarding a new content, so once more monthly update at this point, it is set out to come next month, so this is the last update that we are going to get, but potentially until the day of the quest comes out. We would like to share you additional information regarding the new content currently in development. First, the rewards for this new game mode will be centered around acquisition of Transcendence points. Also, this new game mode will be played with a team of 3, as shown on the team preparation screen in the image below. So that's the big thing right here, the big bombshell, what we are getting in this new particular quest, or new game mode as they want to call it, is that this is potentially going to be a way to farm Transcendence points. It's still unknown how much Transcendence points we can get, but I do like the idea of it because this is potentially going to be one of the harder quests in the game. That's what one would hope for, right? They are labeling it as a super high difficult quest. And if this quest encourages you to max transcend characters, or more so to transcend characters, getting something like Transcendence points as a reward does make sense in my opinion. It rewards those that are working on their characters, and as a result, you're getting Transcendence points back to work on more characters that you maybe have 5/5, but no Transcendence points to reroll your 6th slot. And judging from the words here, there are going to be more rewards in this particular quest, but the main thing is Transcendence points, which I think is kind of cool. We've been asking for this quite some time now, a way to get Transcendence points other than farming the point event. They kind of did something at the start of the year, but it wasn't really that good. You know, maybe if they kept that daily, instead of making it a thing for a week, it would have been decent. But I kind of like the idea of this, right? And under that, though, they do give us information on the particular quest, more so in regards to the startup quest. Now, this image on the website is actually called Limit Breaker Quest. You can see it here. Limit Breaker Quest. So that's kind of cool. I guess that's going to be the name of the new game mode coming out, Limit Breaker Quest, which sounds kind of cool, at least to me. I don't know. I like the idea of it. But what we can see here is that we do have a bit more information, right? So in this case, of course, we're going to have a team of 3, very similar to Guild Quest. You have to, build each individual character. Remember, that is something that you're going to have to do because every room, you have to use a different character. It does look like there is a clearance history in case you want to, switch up the character. From the looks of it, this quest can be played as much as you want. It doesn't like it even takes soul tickets, funny enough, which I guess is kind of cool. I like the idea of it because I have a lot of content ideas planned for this particular mode. So being able to just run it multiple times a day is definitely something that I was looking forward to doing. But other than that, what we can see here is that the rules are you have to bring a character with level 30 link slots. Now that essentially means 10, 10, 10. So level 10 link slots across the board. Personally, considering that it is a hard quest, I would have liked it to be level 60 link slots, so 20, 20, 20. That, of course, would gatekeep the game mode, but if it's supposed to be super hard, it would be nice for them to actually encourage you to T20 a character. It's not that big of a deal, though. But interestingly enough, this is the first quest in the game that actually requires you to have level 30 link slots, because one of the hardest pieces of content in the game is, of course, IT. And in this case, it only requires you to have level 15 link slots, which is 555. So maybe the difficulty jump is going to be significantly higher in this particular quest. Again, it's yet to be seen, but you'll find out when it is officially implemented sometime next month, right? Additionally, what we can see here is that the timer itself, you have 5 minutes. And that's all it is for the rules, which I kind of like in my opinion. Because what we will see here, again, going back to IT, one thing Caleb loves doing on these particular quests is that they give you stage rules that make the quest significantly easier than it's supposed to be. So in IT, for example, by bringing a character with killer effects, and keep in mind, you're already doing more damage to the enemies there. You're getting 3 times killer effects. So you're getting a significantly big damage buff, which overall makes the quest a lot easier. The scroll quest, for example, you have 5 times killer effect, so it's even higher, mind damage times 2, so you're getting even more damage, and it also does say here that there are enemies that can dodge, and just to point out, again, level 15 link slots. This quest, level 30 link slots, so 10, 10, 10, 5-minute countdown, and that's it. No dodging enemies, no super high damage buffs that make the quest easier than it's supposed to be, so ultimately you are relying on the strength of your character's skills and also investment into the character. But other than that, that's basically all we have here. This is the rule page, and then the other stuff here is the character slot 1, 2, and 3. Not really sure why there's 2 sections for working on your characters. Maybe these pages reveal more information about the quest. I'm not really too sure. But as you can see here, you can actually build your character on the left, but potentially build the character on the right too. I don't know. But with that, that's essentially all the information that we did get. And then lastly, they do mention here that as mentioned in the forthcoming update released on May 22nd, we are aiming for a June release. So personally, I'm still really excited for this mode. And overall, coming our way potentially sometime soon, we can save and load character link and accessory sets. The in-between time between epic raids is going to finish up a lot faster. Boost characters are technically getting more value in single player content. The new mode is coming out next month. It's gonna mainly contain Transcendence points. How much of that though is yet to be seen. Since it is a quest that you can do non-stop, maybe it's limited to event orders. We'll find out again when the time does come closer, because the quest itself is coming out in less than a month's time. With that said, let me know what you guys thought about this month's dev comments. I'm curious to know, and I'll see you guys next time. Take care, and peace.